So we're going to try this for the now third time. I understand that we took 2 weeks off, right? I get that. Mm-hmm. And I understand that we should be rusty. But this is just ridiculous at this point, Judy. What is happening?
I don't know. But we got to get our act together, okay?
Good Lord, man. We did half the entire show already. We got to redo it again. So guess what? If it sounds like we did it already, we did.
Because we did.
Yeah. Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Please make sure you check us out on TikTok, while it's still around at takeabreathpod. You can also always go check out the Patreon. Even if you're a free subscriber, we still appreciate you being there. Okay. $5 a month gets you put on the ticker. That's cool. What's the other thing that I said earlier? Oh, yeah. Remember, you're supposed to like, share, and subscribe. So do that. And my favorite way of doing I'm so annoyed right now. I can hear it in my voice. I'm so annoyed having to do this again.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
And you know why I'm annoyed? I'm not annoyed that we have to do it again. Like, oh, this is so much work. No, I'm annoyed because it was going so well the last time. Everything was just flowing so nicely. And now I'm trying to think about how funny I was being. And you're going to have to do the same thing. I had a great joke. God. Okay. The most important way that we enjoy for you to celebrate the show is by sharing, right? Because that gets us out there more. Mm-hmm. And Judy, I said this to you earlier. Okay, I got to get off this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Judy, what is my favorite way for people to share?
Oh, when you're in your car and you roll your window down.
That's right.
And then
you're in your car. You're in your car. You pull up to a stoplight. You look over, you see someone next to you. You roll your window down and you just yell, "Listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan." And then that's the thing though, because now you're like, oh, I don't want to have to talk to that person. No. Don't talk to them. Okay? We didn't say make friends. We said share. So you just roll your window back up and you have a good day.
Yep.
Okay, you did your part. We appreciate you. And honestly, look, I say this all the time because I mean it. Even if you only listen to one episode, one clip, one anything, we appreciate that you even gave us that amount of time and energy. And yeah, thank you for being part of the journey with us. Okay. So, Judy, do you know who Jojo Siwa is?
I know of them, her. Still.
So Jojo Siwa, someone who got discovered, is someone who got discovered or got her start on Dance Moms. She was one of the kids who were dancers. From that, she got into content creation. She became a musician, and now she just, she's just doing kind of a little bit of everything. She's a Renaissance woman, if you will. But one of the biggest things that she's known for is being openly, loudly, and proudly a gay person, or a lesbian, to be more specific, right?
Okay.
But some things have changed a little bit, okay? She's over in London, and she's filming a show called Celebrity Big Brother, right? And she's in there with a bunch of English celebrities, and the only other person that I knew specifically was Mickey Rourke. And this was a big story a couple weeks ago because Mickey Rourke said some old man shit to her, and it came off hyper offensive. If you're unaware, he essentially and I'm going to say this to be very clear. I don't think he was trying to be offensive. I think that he was trying to be funny, right? In a kind of flirty kind of way. Something that probably would have passed in like 2004, maybe 94 for sure.
Yeah.
Does not pass in we're in 2025 though. So,
right. 2005, 95. Yeah.
Doesn't pass in 2025. Okay. And he basically said, 24 hours with me and you won't be gay anymore. That's, right? You can't say stuff like that to people.
That gives me the ick.
Especially, like, you might be able to get away with something like that if they are, like, related to you. Or if you've had a long-standing bond. But not someone you met 12 minutes ago because you're on a goddamn reality show with each other.
Yeah, no.
But fast forward a couple weeks, Mickey Rourke vindicated. Why? Because Jojo Siwa says she's realized she's not a lesbian after Celebrity Big Brother experience as her flirty friendship with Chris Hughes continues to raise eyebrows. Now,
flirty friendship.
This relationship, I read through the article. It basically is saying that the relationship that they have is more of a bromance than anything else. But the fact that she is even entertaining any kind of feelings like this apparently is why she's realized she's not a lesbian. And like the thing about that is that she once called herself the originator of gay pop, to which, I think ABBA would have something to say to that. I don't know.
Yeah. Right said Fred. And
Cher. Cher wasn't gay, but like, come on. And gay people love Cher. Come
George Michael?
Oh.
Wham?
Well, that's a technicality. He wasn't saying he was out there. We found out because he was like, hey, you're in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. How about you suck my dick? Like, that was, whoa. You can't just ask somebody at a urinal. Pulling some Dr. Disrespect. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, like, it's very interesting that 3 weeks ago jokes were made and the internet basically ostracized Mickey Rourke. And now, a couple weeks later, this is what comes out. It's almost... it doesn't give me a good feeling, okay? It doesn't... I don't like that this is the course that we're going. I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay.
Just tell me about how you don't like Jojo Siwa.
Because I don't. Yes, I wanted to mention again. I don't know who she is. I don't know much about Jojo Siwa, but she just gives me this vibe that she's annoying, and I don't like her. And that's just unfortunate. I'm sure she's a very nice person, maybe. I don't know. Again, she could be a terrible person. I don't see her stuff, so maybe I blocked her. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I blocked her on my For You page, so I don't have to see her.
She does have a very loud personality, so
yeah.
And well, you know what? To be fair, the one that she portrays in the media is a very loud and in-your-face personality, so I can get that. I also kind of identify with it to a degree.
You're loud and in your face.
Yeah, all the time. Bah! Just like that. All the time.
Yes.
Also, I'm very proudly homosexual. Okay, I think we all know that.
Okay, sorry, EP.
So you didn't
know. Now you know.
Oh, she knew. Okay, she knew. She knew what she was in for when she started this. Okay. She talked to me. One day she came to me and she said 24 hours with me and you're not gonna be gay anymore. And I was like, okay, honey. And here we are.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Judy, I don't want to make this a whole political thing because I think it's real easy to make anything political nowadays with the way that a lot of people feel about stuff. But I came across this story and it made me real sad, but I came across this story that like times are so tough for people right now that they're having to use buy now, pay later options for stuff like groceries or even now this is on the dumber side. I'm not saying that like this is sad. The groceries one, yes, but this next one, like they're buy now, pay later for like their Uber Eats, you know, and that just is like that's kind of sad, right? But the one that made me just like think, not even Ryan in his dumbest moments as a youth would have done something like this, because Coachella announced that apparently 60% of their ticket sales were purchased through buy now, pay later options.
Yes.
And like, why would you do that to yourself for a concert? You go to concerts. I don't go to concerts. So like, why would you ever do that?
I mean, I go to concerts, but I've never did the buy now, pay later option. But honestly, I think for Coachella, people do it to basically like promote themselves on social media, because that's how I see how Coachella is now. It's for influencers. It's not for concert goers. And I mean, I get it. Sure, maybe they want to like, you know, do a payment plan for like a super VIP ticket that costs like $6,000. Okay, I can see that you want to spread that out for the year. But like at the same time, is it really going to be worth it? You know, they're probably thinking like, oh, it's $6,000, you know, 12 months, what have you, $500 a month. Fine. Or however much that comes out to. But anyways, you know,
I'm
they're
the
like,
last person who should be telling you about math. So
it's like, oh, you know, I can make that money through my TikToks, my YouTubes with the content I'm going to get. It's kind of how I'm seeing how these people do it. But still, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's sad also. Like the fact that we have gotten to a point where it's that easy for people to put themselves in a stupid amount of debt, right? Because that's I know that Coachella has their own stuff where you could finance directly through them. And I'm guessing that if you didn't finance it properly, you just didn't get your ticket, right? But if you're one of the other buy now, pay later options, like a Klarna, let's say, if you miss one payment or if you're late with a payment, they hit you with the highest level of interest. So basically, your $500
and it gets reported to your they report to your credit.
100%. So now your $500 payment is now $1,500, and you have shitty credit. Both of those things happen, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So you know that's just, it's a bummer that's where we're at as a society, that it's just that easy, you know, to put yourself in that. Because before, you would get a credit card, they would give you like a limit of like $2,000 or something like that, maybe $5,000 to $10,000 if you were super unlucky, and you at least got a lot of different stuff, right? You had to be real stupid to get one thing and blow your entire credit card on that, and now you're paying off the credit card. But you would get a lot of stuff. This is just one experience, and from what I saw this year especially, it was kind of like Fyre Fest, in which a lot of bad shit was happening. Okay?
Yeah. People were getting run over.
What?
People are getting run over because the way they had like these car glamping setups, people were like saving spots for their cars, and people were like, no, you can't be saving spots. They're just gonna run them.
Jesus, man. Karen's at Coachella. So there was that, and then I also saw like they had tents set up, and the wind just took all the tents away or something. Oh, it's just
and the shower situation. And then God.
Oh yeah, it's not Fire Festival, or no, it's not Fireman, right? Like
Burning Man,
Fireman. You go or Burning Man, Fire. I'm too stuck on fire. It's not Burning Man. You go to Burning Man, and you kind of know it's gonna be hippies. Yes. It's gonna be a lot of debauchery, a lot of not washing, like a lot of you have a mental understanding of that going in. Coachella. Especially Coachella post 2015, let's say, is very curated and manicured, and like Judy was saying, it's supposed to be a place where creators go to get their content, right?
Yeah.
But you had an interesting question for me, especially since I don't go to concerts.
Yes. So I saw a thread, or I saw videos of Missy Elliott's performance. And let me tell you, Missy Elliott was a big part of like my generation, like get your freak on.
Missy Misdemeanor, of course.
Come on. Yes, right? And the crowd was just not hyped. And that's when I knew, I was like, these kids are just there for the videos, for the TikToks, what have you. They're not there to actually enjoy the music. So then I came up with who would your ultimate...
Real quick. Sorry to cut you off right as you were doing the thing. But you get that we're old, right?
I know. We're old. Yes, I get it. So okay, then why are we not out there? Because Missy, because we are old?
Well, yeah, it's because we're old and poor, right? So we're old and poor, so that means that we understand that we can't just finance tickets through Klarna to be able to go to Coachella, right? The poors that are at Coachella are young and therefore stupid. That's why they're out there. But Missy was popular in like the 90s. I'm not expecting anyone under the age of 25 to have a real recollection of who she is.
Which is probably the main people that went to Coachella are all under 25. So, God damn it.
I'm old enough. I remember Fat Missy. Okay?
Yeah.
I remember when she was a little roly-poly coming out here. And then she got all skinny. And started doing her thing. Good for you, girl. Living your best life.
Good for you. So, what I was going with is, who would your dream Coachella lineup would be? We'll do top 5 to just make it easy, right? We're gonna do your opener, your 3 subsets, and then your closer for the night.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first again, or are you gonna go first?
Yes, you go first. Sorry.
Okay. So I actually put mine in order now. Because you did yours in order first. I was like, let me put my shit in order too.
Okay.
Okay, so my opener is gonna be Taylor Swift. And I get it, like, Judy, she's like a big star. Why are you gonna put her in like the opening? Because Taylor will get the people come in. She's opening. Everyone loves Taylor anyway, so they're gonna be there so they can stay for my whole show. Did you
just fucking quote Will Ferrell? The Jay-Z song?
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, nobody knows what it means. It gets the people going.
I didn't realize, I didn't do that on purpose. But
okay, sorry.
There we go. Yeah, so we got Taylor opening. And from Taylor, our 3 subsets in order is going to be T-Pain, Pitbull. No, sorry, T-Pain, then Ludacris, and then Pitbull rounding out our subset with the closing act, Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. You've made it. So I had a list earlier. I've changed it a little bit. I also had Beyonce on my list, and and I'm taking her off only because Judy had her in there, right? So I'm starting off with Bruno Mars. Okay, he's gonna come out. It's gonna be the Heaven song. I forget his name, but it's like the one that comes out with the heavy guitar. Which
is Locked Out of Heaven.
There we go, Locked Out of Heaven. I said it was the Heaven song, okay? He comes out with that, and the crowd is now on fire, right? So from there, you had Beyonce, so I'm going the other side of the aisle. I'm going Jay-Z right here, okay?
Oh.
I'm going Jay-Z, and then he's gonna do all the things, but it's gonna go from high energy with Bruno to medium energy with Jay-Z, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is because then we acquiesce into Neo, and he brings all the R&B vibes that you need, right? So now he's got a little bit of the up-tempo stuff, but it's more medium, and then he's got the slower stuff and everything like that. Now, here's the curveball, okay? Here's the curveball. ACDC now, right? Neo finishes, and then you just get a whole bunch of old white guys on the stage. You go, right? And that's because we need representation, okay? It's not fair. It's not fair for us not to represent everyone. But then, and this is where I think we could have a cool crossover moment, because this next dude can rap over anything. So he'll probably figure out a way to diss Drake to an AC/DC song. That's right, Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot, get your ass out here, be our headliner. So we go Bruno Mars, Jay-Z, Neo, AC/DC into K-Dot. Oh, perfect.
Love it. That's all we need, we should be in charge of Coachella.
We should.
Yeah.
I can't say the rest of the joke I had earlier because we didn't do that bit. This is awesome. This is kind of like, this is a joke that will never pay off for anyone else other than you and me. It's like, we don't know what you guys said earlier. Yeah, we know. We're angry about that.
Oh man. That's good stuff.
All right. So, Judy, did you see the NFL draft at all?
No. And I was telling you during the pre-show, I think the only the time that I really fully watched the draft was last year when we did our watch along. But this year, you know what? I knew nothing about the draft. All I knew was the headlines. Every other thread that I saw was Shador is still on the, he's still on the couch waiting to get drafted. I'm like, really? That's the biggest headline.
That was the big story. That was the biggest headline. Everyone who was a analyst, let's say, projected him to be a first round talent. I honestly always kind of thought of him as more of a third round, but whatever. I'm not an analyst, so I don't know. My point is that this man slips to the 5th round and gets double fucked. Double your pleasure, double your fun, double fuck Shador Sanders, okay? Because not only does he not, and he's a millionaire already from NIL, so it's not he's really losing out, but not only does he not get any money from being one of the a first round selection, but then he also gets picked up by the team that we shall not name, the football team in Cleveland. So, and just let me break you on some knowledge real quick, right? If you're a player in the NFL, you want one of two things. You want to get drafted really high so you can get a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or you want to get drafted to a good team, especially if you're a quarterback. And Shador not only didn't get any money, he goes to a terrible team. He can't win. He can't. You know that around like the third round when he was slipping, he's like, maybe I'll go to the Chiefs. I don't know. Like, and then Browns, here you are.
Oh man, that's just unfortunate. Now I feel like we can't talk about him on the pod during the football season because he plays for a team that we don't even mention.
Yeah, I mean, we'll I don't know. We'll figure it out either way. The other thing that happened during the draft, which was my favorite moment, is the reaction that your star defensive player Micah Parsons had when you guys drafted your first round draft pick. I didn't want to watch the ESPN coverage of it because I don't have ESPN. I didn't feel like finding the link for it. So I saw that on Max, Bleacher Report was doing a simulcast. I guess they had partnered with the NFL. And it was Micah Parsons and 3 other guys who I just don't know who they are because, you know, that's on me. I didn't do the research. I was there for Micah, essentially. And so before the selection comes in, they're asking Micah, they're like, hey, what kind of player do you want your team to get? And look, I'll give him some credit. He's a defensive guy, so obviously he wants them to draft defense. So he's like, oh, this defender will be great, or if we get this D lineman, or this guy, he's a smoking good athlete, right? And then just watch his reaction as the pick was.
The pick is in, and the Dallas Cowboys are selecting. Tyler Booker, offensive lineman from Alabama, is the official pick out of the Crimson Tide.
That face! That's the face of complete truth, right? It's the one where so much emotion hits you all at once. You can't do anything but try to just be like, I mean, I'm happy. We got a dog.
Like, yay.
Oh, man. It was, look, obviously not the best look for Micah, but I'll give him credit. Afterwards, he did say, oh, I'm super happy about this pick. It's a great player, blah, blah, blah. I'm on the defense, so obviously that's why I'm all that stuff. He did all the stuff he's supposed to do. But, yeah. I mean, if you're that player, do you actually ever really believe that he's excited you're on his team?
Not by that look, but, you know, hopefully that guy didn't watch that.
Guess what? Oh, I guarantee you someone clipped it and tweeted it to him, okay? With the quickness. What I hope happens, though, is that he probably won't be. He probably be like, it's Micah, it's whatever. But I hope that he is so pissed off by this. He becomes the next great lineman, right? And then, right, because I don't want you guys to have too much good luck. And then he goes and signs with the Redskins. Oh, the Commanders. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. What, you want me to have him signed to the Eagles?
Maybe the Giants. I don't know.
The Giants suck, so that's fine.
You know, but it's just so funny that disappointment look is whenever you see it on athletes, it just makes me like laugh so much because it reminds me of the one with I don't know if you've ever seen Gordon Hayward's gender reveal video that they posted. So him and his wife have like 2 girls. And they did a gender reveal, and you know, lo and behold, it's another girl. And Gordon Hayward just looks so disappointed in his face.
He was like, I finally got, damn it.
You know, I'm like,
I mean, I'm so happy. We're bringing another girl in.
Yay! Right.
That's understandable. I mean, I'll just put it like this. I might have had a similar reaction when my kid would have been revealed if it was a girl. Why? Because I know what boys do to girls, okay? I was one of them, and now I don't have to worry about it. Now I just have to worry about another boy doing that to my boy because we're an open and honest society now, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, he hasn't declared one way or the other, so I'm just keeping all options open. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
That's what a good parent does. You don't close any openings. Oh, that doesn't sound right at all. Hold on.
The thoughts, opinions, and expressions of Clownboy Ryan in no way
Right,
reflect
'cause we
those
can't
of
talk
Judy
about children's
herself,
openings.
the
We just can't do
Conversation with
that.
Judy and Ryan podcast or parent company Take a Breath Productions. All rights reserved. Copyright 2020.
Copyright 2020.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember what I was talking about now. I got so thrown off by talking about openings. I don't even
Anyways,
wanna-
yeah, let's.
Bill Belichick. I promise you guys, the second half of the show is going to sound a lot better because we haven't done it already. Bill Belichick. We're kind of worried for Bill. You know,
Yeah, we are.
his girlfriend, his 24-year-old girlfriend. We found out Bill's 73 years old, and we're not here to yuck anyone's yum. Okay, good for you. You're getting a little 24-year-old to wiggle on your little peen. Proud of you, sir. But he's letting her take over a little too much. The one thing I didn't even mention to you, Judy, is Hard Knocks was thinking about doing a college version in which they follow the team around and everything. And they were going to go with North Carolina. And they chose to just not do it at all because of how involved she was getting. Okay?
God, okay.
So then that's that. Now we also have this interview. It was supposed to be a series of interviews by CBS on Bill Belichick, his entire life as a coach and his new journey as being the head coach of North Carolina. He just dropped a book called The Art of Winning. And so they were going to do all of these interviews. And then after this first one, they just said, we're good. And basically, this is just a snippet for you.
Else things, just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic.
The man who was the most controlling coach ruled over the NFL and especially his team with an iron fist for 20 years is now being shut down by his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's Bill, please blink twice if you need help. Like
And so when this clip came out, originally people were saying, oh, that's not fair. You can't just take one clip of one thing that she's sensitive about and use that against her. But then the producers of CBS came back and said, no. The reason we released this is because she was so disruptive during the filming that we felt like if we did not include this clip, that it wouldn't have been representative of what the experience was.
right.
Oh my God.
Like I saw other clips and she goes to go talk to him, in the middle of their interview. I'm like, who is this girl? Why? I can spot elder abuse when I see it.
Oh my God, Judy.
Do you see what that man is wearing?
Yeah, he's wearing a distressed sweatshirt.
Why?
It's very fashionable.
That's not Bill. I understand when he's on the sideline with his cut-ups hoodies.
I was gonna say,
different.
honestly, of all the things that you could have said, his sweatshirt. I've seen him in so many fucked up sweatshirts over the years.
But he's doing a professional interview on CBS or whatever. Is it CBS? I don't know whichever news station this is.
Yes, it was CBS.
I don't know. I don't know what this lady's doing to him, but
I mean, I know what she's doing. Okay, I do know.
Popping the blue pill. Popping the blue
Exactly. Get me some blue chew.
Ew.
But it is very concerning when you see a guy. And look, I will say this though. I kind of think Bill is just in like the retirement phase of his life and he's just having fun. I think she's taking advantage of him also, but I think he's more in on everything than we would think. Unless the man has a serious CTE that we just didn't know about from something, right? So I think he's enjoying the ride, but he doesn't realize just how much extra he's allowing her to control. If that, because also, I've seen her talking like on the field at North Carolina where she's like directing people on the football side of things on what to do. And it's just like, how long before an offensive coordinator is like, yo, Bill, I'm not being told what to do by your bitch, okay? I'm just here trying to coach these kids, and here she is yelling at me all the time about my shoes not being tied correctly. This is not what I signed up for, Bill.
Exactly.
So,
whatever.
So yes, Bill, if you need help, we're here for you, okay?
We are.
Judy can spot elder abuse, apparently. That's her superpower. So, oh man. All right. It is now time for Am I Overreacting? That's it. That's all you get because we don't want to get copywritten by YouTube. All right. Am I overreacting? Is this gross or am I overreacting? I found pictures on my significant other's computer in which he had used undress AI filters to alter my female family members' pictures from dresses and or workout clothes to nude. This includes my mother, my sister, and my cousins. I'm grossed out because he said it's not sexual, but that he's experimenting with AI. However, if this was so innocent, I don't understand why was it being done in secret in the middle of the night? And why not use strangers' photos or his own photos?
That is gross, bro. What the your girl has a valid point into why don't you use strangers or himself? Why does it have to be his female relatives?
Because it is 100% sexual, okay? It is 100%. He is going to slap his ham all to her mom's pictures, okay? And then when he recovers, he's going to do it again to the sister's pictures. Like, there's no other reason. You know who don't get me wrong, I don't possess the mental fortitude to use some AI in this kind of manner, right? But you know who I would be undressing like Scarlett Johansson or that's not a good one because we've seen her tits on screen. Who's someone we haven't seen?
We have.
Is Millie Bobby Brown old enough? I don't want to get put on a list. Is she old enough?
I'm sure she is because she's married now. So.
Okay, cool. So that it's someone like that, someone like that's where my fascination would come in. Okay. The other thing, I could understand that you cannot get caught because there's no explanation for it at that point, right? But I could almost understand if someone did this for like an ex. That they're like, damn, it was real good with her. I wish I could have that image in my brain again. And so you go on the gram and you find some pics and use like that. It's creepy. It's creepy, but I get it. What, you wouldn't do that, Judy? You wouldn't go and find an ex's pictures and be like, what that dick look like though?
No.
I would love to know.
I think
honestly,
I think this is just a man thing.
I would love to know how close AI can get to the way that
They think you're.
a man's penis looks through the through the filter, right?
So are you gonna?
Because it makes sense that you can do it. No, I already said I don't possess the mental fortitude to be able to pull something like this off, right? But I get that with a woman, there's extra stuff that will show you that, you know, gives you a guideline essentially on how you can build that out. And yes, there might be a bit of an indent in that area for a guy, but I mean, oh God, how do you get like the girthiness of it though, right? How do you know where these specific veins are? What if he has a mole?
You won't.
What if he doesn't have a mole?
Know.
What if it's discolored? Because a lot of them are, you know, like there's so many different factors. If AI figures this out, then we're really fucked. Okay, like if they can figure out how to get a dick perfectly to within 98%, that we're basically at Skynet levels of AI. Okay.
Oh my God.
Can you guys tell that we've hit the part of the show that we haven't pre-recorded? Oh man.
Oh wow. Right. Okay, yeah, this is great.
Speaking of AI.
Yeah.
Judy, didn't AI fuck your job over? Which I want to start off by saying I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy about this. This is the best thing ever that you guys got screwed over by AI because, in my opinion, you use an overabundance of it, use it for too many things. And so the fact that y'all got snake bitten, I approve. Unless something like really bad happened and I didn't know about that yet because I went on a soapbox before you actually told me the story.
Well, I mean, it's not that it was anything bad or not that anything bad happened to the company, but sorry, I'm just trying to get my thoughts rearranged here after this whole AI dick pics, like the new generation of dick pics that are gonna come out, like Jesus.
Yeah. It's the only thing that will let us know if Skynet is upon us, Judy.
Sorry. Okay. So my job releases their new episodes on Tuesdays for one of the shows. And I got like 3 phone calls in a row at like 6:30 in the morning. And my phone is on Do Not Disturb, but after like I think the second call from the same number, it like pushes the number through. And so like it startles me and I don't get to it, but then, you know, like they didn't leave a voicemail. So I was like, what the hell is up? So then I like the same person texted me and they're like, you know, they said they have this long text message. And mind you, it is 6:30 in the morning. and you know, you're still like in that weird groggy phase and you're like,
I mean, you are.
happening?
Those of us with kids have been up for an hour and a half already.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. So maybe that's just me. But when you're just waking up type thing out of like your deep sleep, right?
Right.
So I'm looking and one of the guests on the episode was like, Judy, you need to speak to your team about this picture that they used for the album cover of this episode. Like, this is very unprofessional. You need to do this. He lists like 3 different things I need to do. And he's like, I expect this to be rectified in the next hour or 2. Mind you, again, 6:30 in the morning. My office hours aren't until like, 8 o'clock Central Time monthly.
Yeah, that's why he said hour or 2. Like, you have until 8:30, essentially, okay?
So I'm looking.
You clock in, you fix it.
And I'm like looking, I look at the page and like, I'm like, what is this man talking about? And then I realized they dropped the episode on 2 different specialties. So they're on 2 separate shows. So one of the shows, the cover art looks fine. The other show, the cover art is different. I was like, oh yeah, that's it. They just used a very like Spotify AI use a very unflattering screenshot or screen grab of the episode, right? And this is what the man was pissed about. His eyes were like the screen grab that they used was like this man was talking and his eyes were like rolled back, so he just had like white, his eyes were just wide out. It's like, wow, he was really angry about it. And so I'm obviously, so now I'm up. It's 6:45, 7 o'clock. I'm here like typing my emails to like our team. I was like, yo, I'm a screenshot this angry email or angry text. He also sent us an angry email. Sorry. I'm like, I'm gonna send y'all this angry email.
He was gonna tell all his friends about his big show on your network, and then all of his friends are like, "You fucking weirdo! Look, that's the best picture you can have." And now he's not gonna get invited to the country club because he took a weird picture on this podcast.
Exactly. So, I'm here sending screenshots of everything to our team. I was like, y'all, I don't know what happened here, but something happened. And, we find out that whatever platform we use to upload the videos, Spotify just automatically picks a screen grab. Like no one else had like an unflattering photo with any of the previous videos that we posted on there. So now we're like, ooh, but then I guess on the platform that they use, you can actually add a clip art for your cover photo for whatever episode it had to think about.
You can add one art. You can add an art. Just one art though.
Just one art for that episode, okay? So anyways, long story, I was just cracking up. I was like, damn, AI did us dirty this morning.
Yeah. That's why y'all need to take some pride and elbow grip. God, this is what I'm a fucking boomer about. I cannot believe AI is what made me a fucking boomer. Jesus Christ. Y'all need to put elbow grease and do it by hand. Back in my day, we photoshopped.
So I'm just like, wow, I'm like, what a great day to start. Like, what a day to start out what a time to start out my day, because I was just cracking up. Regardless, so everything's fine. It got done within 30 minutes. I told the guy, and he's like, great. But the worst thing about it was he's like, I didn't even know what people were talking about because he hadn't seen it drop because it was so early in the morning. He's like, I just had my colleagues telling me about this.
See, that's why he was pissed. Because he was probably like, yeah, I'm going on this podcast. They want an expert. They want an expert's opinion, And then his colleagues are like, all right, let's see what fucking Mr. Expert said on this thing. Oh my God, did you see this picture, Jen? Get in here. Look at Bill. Oh my fuck.
Looking like a possessed demon.
Man.
It's just, now we learned our lesson, and now our team is going to start putting the same cover art that they do for every other platform. I don't know why they didn't do it on Spotify, but whatever.
Honestly, it was, if I was going to guess, probably someone forgot to click a button, Like, they rushed through it. It was Friday, or it was the end of the day, and they're like, God damn it, this thing is taking forever to fucking upload. Oh, God, whatever. I'm done. So.
Probably. Yeah. So,
all right.
Whatever,
So.
All good, but yeah.
So, I came across this clip, and it's guys reacting to finding out that their girls were waxed by a guy, right? And I want you to see the reactions from these gentlemen. So here we go.
Just got done getting my Brazilian wax, and my lady wasn't there today, so some guy did it, and guys, he did it so good.
Wait, what?
What?
You said a guy did it?
Yeah, he
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I truly appreciate you admitting that you cheated on me, and I would no longer like to be in this relationship.
I just got a wax.
Dude, you let another guy see your kitty cat freshly waxed. I don't even get to see it freshly waxed. He see it first.
A guy was doing your
Okay. Hold on. We'll come back to this in a second.
I love these. I know there's skits because I see them all the time, and I just love seeing the guys' reactions to it. Like, no, the guys aren't in on it.
So,
And it's just the funniest
Right.
thing.
No,
to me.
yeah. You could tell that it was a skit or a prank, we could say, from the girl's perspective, because the one thing you don't ever say is a guy did something so good to me down there, right? Hell, that's fighting words. What's his name? His name's Brent, and he's gay. I don't care. He's getting slapped up right now. Stay away from my cookie, okay? I'm a fat man. My cookies, okay? But the thing that is so interesting to me, let's say, is the fact that this kid is, we're going with the first kid. We'll get to the second guy in a second. But he's so young, and he's upset that another man saw his girl's vagina. And I've seen this with like other stuff where like men don't want their women to go to a gynecologist because, he'll see her vagina. No. And the one thing I want to say to all the men who actually care about that kind of stuff, do you know how many pussies these men see a day? It's just like, brown, red, blue, like that. It's just automation to them at this point. Yeah. Believe it or not, I get it that to you, your woman's vagina is the most precious thing, is the cutest thing, and it's so supple and soft, and it just makes you feel warm and happy. I get all that. But your girl's vagina is not pulling in a gyno, probably not pulling in a wax artist. By the way, like, and I don't mean to be like that guy when I say this, but if a dude's waxing, most likely he's batting for the other team. I mean, it's a new day and age, and anyone can do anything. But like, I don't know a ton of straight dudes that work in salons. That's all I know, right?
Fair, yeah, fair, exactly.
So, for you to get upset because another guy, now, like I said, context is key. You serve it up. Oh, he did a great job down. No, exactly.
Got every nook and crevice.
All right. Let's see how this other guy reacted.
These people are trained professionals. There's nothing sinister going on.
Bro,
nothing.
You just said you were just tripping for the first time ever in your life. So what type of wax were you getting done?
Okay. It just so happened that today I got a guy. My girl wasn't
and
there.
And you were feeling the best you've ever felt. Talking about it was well, nice and gentle.
Yeah, the way
your legs are shaking and all type of things.
See,
the way he was
that's what I'm saying.
Gentle. I will admit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it to him.
Just got done getting my Brazilian.
See, context is key. I was ready to rip the older guy for doing the same. No, it's because of the way that she delivered it, right? Let's reverse it. Let's say that I went to a barber, and it's a lady barber, and I'm just like, oh my God, the way that she was like, caressing my hair. And she was so soft. Her hands were so soft when she was putting the towel on my face. Do you know how fast the EP would cut my dick off? Okay,
that should be your next TikTok video. See, you're gonna go famous.
No,
I feel like it's gonna.
I'm gonna go famous for not having a dick. I don't want to get John Wayne Bobbitt.
You're gonna go viral. You're gonna go completely viral with this trend. You just gotta flip the script.
Do I go viral? Do I go viral because AI can then figure out that I don't have a dick? What back, baby?
You could probably just write a prompt.
Oh God! Yeah, well, according to your job, we can't really trust AI to do its job. So, but that's what I'm saying. Context is key, right? Now, regardless of whatever, I think that the kid who was like, "I'm gonna break up with you," that's just stupid. Okay, we're being petty.
Up.
We're not. But no, like you can't tell. Oh my God. This man touched me in this area so well that my legs were shaking. Get the fuck out of my car, okay? You could have had 3 of my children, and I would kick your ass out of the car at that point.
Yeah.
I should. No, I don't want to die. I'm not gonna do it. All right. What do we got?
Oh man.
Oh
man.
Okay. So Judy sent me this other video.
Oh yes. Judy hates the youth time.
Oh yeah. Oh. Speaking of, Judy hates the youths. I finally got it for you. I got Schmidt.
Yay!
I still prefer
The 2 youths.
Did you say utes?
Yeah, 2 youths.
What is a ute?
2 youths.
right, and the reason I say is because that conversation is so stupid. It's really representative of these stupid kids that we're about to talk about. Right?
Yes.
Right. But Judy, what are we about to see?
Okay, it's a video of this lady. She is a 22-year-old unemployed, or she calls herself a fun employed, who decides, you know what, I'm going to just stop doing my skincare. And by that, I didn't realize that she meant she was just gonna stop washing her face altogether and not getting it wet. So yeah. Roll the clip.
And I will. I just want to say, I want to warn everyone, the first time I saw this first section of the video, it scared me. So if you're watching on video at TABPOD on YouTube, if for some reason you decide to look at this woman and everything that's happening with her on YouTube at TABPOD, just be aware. Just be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Ah! Oh, God, sorry. Still. All right, here we go.
Dead skin that's gonna flake off eventually while like new healthy skin forms underneath. Like there's already some patches where you could see that new skin. I've basically stopped all skincare, not using any water, and I'm just letting my barrier rebuild itself naturally. But yeah, for years I picked and over exfoliated and damaged my skin really badly, so it's just gonna take time. My skin is basically...
Oh, I can't. Oh, it's so gross. It is so... It's like... Look, I want to be very clear. I have skin issues. A lot of people have skin issues. I'm not trying to say that inherently you're a gross person if you have skin issues. What I am saying, though, is that the amount of just ick on her face is disgusting.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, like, people are in the comments, there's like dermatologists telling her, like, girl, that's not normal. Maybe splash a little bit of water on it. Like,
I feel so grossed out right now. Like, I honestly, looking at that, I feel sick to my stomach. And I understand the thought process, right? Like, when you hear it, I'm not saying about how it worked. I'm saying I understand when you hear it that, oh, if I just leave everything alone, naturally it should flake off and I'll have fresh new skin underneath. I get that. But that's why we have this thing called in practicum, which means in practice, which means doing it. And by that, I mean, like, once you see her face, or your face in this case, once you see that, and you see that you have turned into a fucking horror movie villain, that you've turned into a Scooby-Doo antagonist pre-mask pull, maybe at that point you're like, I gotta do something different, okay?
Yeah, if you see all this stuff and you notice it's not flaking off, maybe you should flake it off.
No, because all I have to do is I just have to wait like a couple more days and then it's gonna flake off naturally and I'm gonna look so amazing and you're just jealous if you feel any other way about it.
Yeah, but the other side of this is that there's a whole group of people on the internet now saying that she's just rage baiting. And honestly, I don't want to go through all of her videos to see like what she's really doing, if it's fake. Look, at the end of the day, girl, you really decided you're taking this as I'm not washing my face, I'm not using water. This is what it looks like. And I'm just like, that's your prerogative, I guess. Like, is this what you're going to roll with?
The only way I give her any credit at all for rage baiting is if we find out that that's like a silicone mask that is on top of her face, right? And that she really didn't do anything. She just said that and put that into a couple of videos or whatever. But if she actually did that to her poor face, like there are people who are homeless who have better looking faces than this girl does.
Yes.
And that's not like, if you have access to running water, why would you do that to yourself? And also, like, what do you do in the morning? Do you cover all of your face and your head and everything and then get into the shower? Because I've tried like to not get water on my face at times when I was in the shower. And it's just, it's like a bukkake. It's just flying everywhere. Okay. And you can't help but get some on your face at some point.
At some point, even if you like get into the shower and you face away from the water, like when you get your hair wet, you still get like trickles of water coming down your face. Like, I don't know the semantics to this because it's just gross, girl. At the end of the day, it's gross to me. It's gross to us. And you know what? The youth should not be doing this. Y'all need to learn proper hygiene.
All right, real quick, before we get out of here, I didn't do it at the top of the show, but I will do it now. We do have a Get in the Comments.
Get in the comments.
This week's comment comes from Keith Yoder, 1448. When will I be paid for being on this amazing podcast? To which my co-host threw me under the fucking bus and was like, this is a Ryan question. What the hell, Judy? Okay? Like, what the hell? Why is it that everything is my decision? Huh?
Look, I do not handle the business ops of this company. You are the CEO of Take a Breath. It's not my job.
Yeah, but you're here doing stuff with me every single week.
True.
Like I feel like you.
True, but
just true.
No,
is this true? I win.
No.
I won.
It's not even my face on the logo. It's literally a face. So. You handle this.
I'm not gonna lie. You got me with that one. Like, it is my face on the logo. Fuck. All right, fine. But this is why you only get 2.5%. Okay. And going back to Keith, if anyone wondering, Keith is a real man. It is that Keith.
It's my husband.
I'll pay you as soon as I could start getting paid. Okay? Like, we have overhead on this show. We have the Adobe Premiere stuff.
We're the negatives of what we pay out.
Like, we have Adobe, the creative suite that we got. We got StreamYard. I got some business cards at one point that I still have too many of. I mean, there's so many different things. As soon as I can get some money, I'll give you some money. Like, it's not about that, right? I'll cut you in on some ownership. I gave your wife 2.5%. I'll give you like 0.25%. Okay? Yeah, we'll figure it out. But the EP doesn't get anything though. Okay? This is my show. She gets nothing. Okay? I'm not letting her take my dick and my show. Okay? You can't have both. Can't have them. Whoa, I didn't even try to time that. That was good.
Good job. Good job.
All right, guys. If you do want to help us get to a point where we can pay Keith, please, the Patreon, $5 a month does get you put onto the ticker. But like I said at the beginning of the show, whether you watch one episode and nothing else, we still appreciate every single second that you spend with us on this journey. So thank you for being here. And yeah, we will see you hopefully with less issues next week right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Bye.
Bye.